Good day, friends, and welcome to my new Iratus playthrough series. I'm Icon, and as you can see, we're going to play the Wrath of the Necromancer DLC. I want to play this game on the Good Always Wins difficulty, because as you see here, I haven't unlocked Eternal Harvest yet, so let's get going. Going to play through this wonderful new DLC. I'm going to create one Reaper and Abomination ASAP, because these are the new units that I want to try out. Generally said, I already looked them up, and the Reaper is a very versatile damage-dealing unit, being able to do pretty much everything. Physical damage, magical damage, damage over time, stress damage. A finisher is here, and yeah, that's really cool, and I consider the Reaper as a very promising unit. Its key feature, when killing an enemy, the Reaper restores 10% of the vigor to itself and all minions, so you want to give this guy the killing blows. The Abomination is a tanky, supporterish unit, featuring some damage, some buffing for itself, some position switch on the enemy side, which is really interesting because I can upgrade that to dealing stress damage or debuffing the enemies, buffing and debuffing the whole allied team, and shielding damage from one ally to the Abomination, reflecting damage while doing so, and a nasty finishing move, which is either stress damage or just, yeah, well, eat it alive. So I'm going to start out with this kind of setup, but I want to have a, well, let's put up a Wraith first. I love Wraiths and Banshees. They are really some of my favorite units. So we're going to play through this difficulty level. I hope I'm going to manage it. I'm not sure, because it's not going to be that easy after all. So which kind of magic school do I want to pick here? Well, this would be the combat styled approach. Magic is one. Oh well, I'm going to go for magic. I really like magic. Magic features summoning skills, really powerful crowd controlling skills, instant death skills. I do like that. So let's start with a passive bonus, and let's get started with the first enemy. The DLC adds up a new act at the end of this road, the cemetery, and we're going to go into the first fight now. So there we go. Let's check it out. Having a Hunky and two conscripts. Hunkies and conscripts are really simple units. We don't need to talk about that too much. I always try to explain as much as possible during this playthrough, and try to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing, and meanwhile trying to have as much fun as possible. So feel free to join the tour. So what do we do now? Dissection. Let's do some physical damage on the Hunky. Ooh, 27 damage, that's a lot. So, well, let's just focus down on enemy and see. Okay. Sinister Strike. At the beginning of his next turn, he'll do something nasty. Okay. So what I really like to do is oh, I don't have the shuffle one yet. Okay, so let's try and attack the Hunky first. And there we go. I think the Intimidating Roar should be doing the trick. Yeah, one of them lost his skill there, so that really did exactly what I expected and what I was hoping for. So let's dissect the Hunky. Bam. And that would have been healing for the whole squad. Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. So, yeah, the Sinister Strike triggers once, but that's okay. If my Abomination wouldn't have missed that strike, that would have been any problem. So let's use the Warning Shot, which is also a nice stance interrupter. Oh, turning this guy insane. A nice bonus on the side. So I'm going to shield my my unit here. Let's try that. There we go. We are Legion. Going to attack that guy, which is not insane. So for this first battle, not using any stress-themed attacks, as you might have noticed. Only using the physical damage here. So I want to leave the finishing blow for my Reaper here to heal up the Bride of Iratus a little bit more. There we go. So what's that? That one is just a nasty finisher which deals more and more damage depending on the missing vigor and sanity of my enemy, and that's just well, I love it. I love these new units already. They look a little bit overpowered, but I don't give too much about that. I'm just happy about the new tools at my disposal. So I'd say it's a good moment to just leave that finishing blow to my friend here. So we're going to just dish out a stress attack on that poor little fella. And there we go. Really nice sustain there. Powerful. Very, very powerful. I like that. So there's a Serpent Skull for buffing up people on position 3 of and 4. Nice. So that's a very fortunate first fight, to say the least. Going to swap out the last position there, and let's see who's a good stress damage dealer for the last slot. I do like the Lich as a stress damage dealer generally. A wonderful decision. A pretty powerful unit. The Unfrozen magic, physical, magic. No, they didn't have any stress stuff. I never played with these too much. So how good is that thing going for the shade? Well, mostly debuffs now. So, well, let's whip up a Banshee. Banshees are always good on this back row job. That's some setup I'm using for quite a long time now. Okay, so Mortuary. Do I want to... No, I don't want to. So next step, Sacrificial Altar, Cultists, or a Chest. Well, I want to go with the for the Cultists there. The first few fights are always very, very easy to be honest. Phantom Clothes, Hourglass of Doom. Each time Iratus uses an active talent, the Reaper increases Iratus' spell power by 12. That's really, really good for what I'm playing here, because I want to go for the active spell casting way. At the start of combat, the Abomination receives 1 charge of Break and Swallow. I'm going to go for the Hourglass of Doom because I think that's very, very synergistic to my playstyle there. But I'm not installing it as of now because my Reaper is that low leveled. I'm very afraid to lose it. Retreating Escape. What's happening, dude? Why is he already escaping? I don't understand that. Is it the feature of my Banshee just triggering in the first turn? Like, that's the only thing I can imagine happening there. Nothing else would make too much sense. Anyways, so for this fight, I'll go, well... The Reaper is not a good stress damage dealer, as I have noticed there. Oopsie daisy. So this guy got his inspiration. I want to kill him as fast as possible. So let's use the Battle Thumping for once. Big bad debuffs for everybody. Alright. Now then, this guy is fleeing already, and the guard is already motivated. Well, let's go for a hunky. And let's see. I want to try out if I can't drive people nuts there. Okay, defensive stance. What's going on with that? Let's check it out. Whenever a minion moves, attack it. Okay, that's just a reaction of movement, so little do I care. Terra Wave. Let's go. Okay. So definitely very anti-synergistic there. I would need the Agony skill, but to use that, my Reaper needs to be on a different slot, so I definitely misplayed that pretty hard. But things like these just happen. I'm not taking that too hard on me, because The DLC is new. This is literally the first time I'm playing with these new units, and so overall these new units are bad at dealing stress damage. Just noticing it. So let's go for the hunger. This guy's looking so friggin' disgusting, I gotta say. And one good thing about the Abominations buff there is it's a battle long buff, so really like that. Ow, rude, but thanks. You moved this guy exactly to the position where I want to have him. So that's a lasting effect. There we go. Cursed and ignite. Tip. Cursed and ignited. People are fleeing! Wonderful. Okay, so definitely need to remember here, if I want to go for stress damage, my people need to be placed differently, and the Abomination's job will always be tanky. Ow! Wow, that's really, really a lot of damage on the retaliation part. I like that. Definitely like that. Okay. Let's try the Scythe of Death. Ooh. Nasty damage. I really like to give last hits to this guy there. Oops. Okay. Let's scream at that. Well, the triple strike skill there is, well, don't know what to think about it yet. Ah, there goes a good old heart attack. This triple strike skill on the Abomination is pretty weak against armor, as I have noticed here, but it's super powerful against block. So can upgrade that for a stun chance or for some crippling stat. Well, whatever might be the case, there's no upgrade as of yet. They are rewarded for every third level, right? Okay, but that was the first level up for those fellas, and I'm going to go for a new squad here. So Black Widow, that was physical magic debuff, physical stance debuff. Okay, let's do one of those. I'm still pretty new to them, and I want to play a little bit with the new stuff. It's definitely a frontliner. There we go. And I'm going to go for this kind of setup. There we go. Mainly damage oriented, because, well, right now I'm not seeing myself in a very damage oriented direction there. Although I got a lot of stress damage dealing spells there. Anyways, the magic path doesn't have too many direct damage spells, so it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. So I want to have that skill though, or Arcane Antediluvian. No, let's go for some straight old haste, because more initiative for my units is a good thing. Grave, no thanks. I want to go for more of those cultists and see where that'll lead me. Ooh, putting a trap down down under my Spectre. Well, whatever that did. So let's go for the haste. And well, this guy is going to be the next one to act. So the miner here has 2 stacks of block. I'm going to remove those with my Abomination, I'd say. Damn, that's random damage, that's magic damage and shred. That's pull, ignoring wards. That's debuff of luck and evasion, and that's self-healing. 100% chance to redirect any attack that's targeting a minion behind the Black Widow. I see. Okay. So sorry for that little reading pause, but Spider Venom. I think that was the passive there. So Spider Venom. Every turn the target loses 2% of Vigor and Sanity. 5 times increasable. I like that. So there we go. Yeah, that's stripping away the block really, really nicely. That's really powerful. Okay. Wonderful. So for now, I want to play with the Reaper and the Abomination as much as possible, because I think showcasing these baddies for the DLC is a really, really cool thing to do. Because, well, I guess everybody coming here wants to see how the DLC works, so... Spiderweb prevents movement for 2 turns. Well, not too interested. Going to take down the first one of those. It's never too appealing to me. But the movement forbidding portion there can be really powerful. Ow. So there goes another stance. I'll let Terra Wave that. Terra Wave breaks stances, and this guy is going mighty. Receiving less damage, dealing more damage. Well, let's keep spamming the initiative, because initiative is good. Alright. Let's debuff this lad. And, go for this one. I really like that one. Okay, poor fella gone insane. He's hopeless now. Okay. So, let's go for the Miner. The Abomination is really a pretty low damage dealer, apart from its Break and Swallow skill, which is which does sound like an insta-kill skill if I use it correctly. This guy is more a tank and a supporter, definitely. Okay, so my Black Widow is taking a lot of damage, so let's use this. So, I want to try this. I mean, basically, with this kind of setup, my enemies are having a tremendously high chance of hurting themselves. Because they have 3 enemies, like 75% of my squad is now provoking a counterattack. Because if they attack this one, it's, yeah, well, see for yourself what's happening there. Okay, that's interesting. The guy was able to attack my... Alright. Well, I'll just do that again. The self-healer here is awesome. Ooh, what a nasty one. So yeah, that shield is still happening. Let's use the Break and Swallow for once and see what happens. Okay, it's a stress-only skill, and only if the guy is already low enough, he's going to be instantly dying, if I understood that correctly. Okay. So, the Black Widow has a very, very underwhelming ultimate. I wonder if it's becoming better once it's upgraded, but for now it's pretty underwhelming. Smack, smack, smack. I do like that though. Okay. Well, that guy is going to hurt us one more time, but now he's done with that. There we go. Come on. Die already. Ah, I could have tried the ultimate there, but okay. It's not that important. Venom spikes. The Black Widow's attacks also increase the spider venom effect by 1. That's cool. That's really, really cool. So what's these flasks? I think flasks should be used for the I don't have a clue what's what the flasks are for, but we're going to find out, I guess. So I'm going to create myself a new ghost to level up the mortuary, because This is a little bit bad. Oh man, I don't have the necessary materials for another Wraith. Gosh, how unfortunate. Okay, so turns out I gotta do some work like this. Okay. I think I'm going to be fine. And well, let's use a zombie. Why not? I really don't know what's wrong. What should be wrong about a zombie? Some minions receive evasion. Moving forward plus accuracy. Plus mana after each fight. That would be pretty cool, I'd say. So let's upgrade one of those skills of my abomination. Hunger can be upgraded to Dread. Interesting. Because there's almost no psychological damage here. But, ooh, Dread Roar. Ah, this is now how we're doing it. So, well, I want to go for the stress damage way. And therefore, Dread Roar is exactly what I want to go for. Going to use the Reaper now on the back row slot with the Agony. I need a different frontliner for that one, so let's use the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's thing is each time an enemy receives a buff. Well, I can't trigger that forcefully, so possibly not the Dark Knight. Come on, let's use a Skelly. Skellies are such awesome frontliners for many different reasons. Awesome. Okay, let's do this. There's some stats to spread. Well, I'm not a big fan of using those while it's not juicy, if you get my idea. Okay, well, first we have to visit a few cultists. So what do they have for me? Creepy Doll. At the start of combat, all enemies must pass a sanity check, one-time use. Pound of Flesh, Enchanted Bone, that's really powerful. But I want to go for the Pound of Flesh first, because having one charge of that skill up front at the beginning of the battle sounds really, really good to me. There's one more thing I want to do. That's go for a little distillation here. Do I really got so many armor pieces? I disagree. Oh, I'm also able to use up things I don't want to use. That's been unknown to me. I always thought I can only use monster parts, but here we go. Just using the alchemy here to make sure my abomination is not entirely scratched down. Don't want to lose this unit after building in a costly part, you know? That would be a little bit unfortunate. So break and swallow, restore. What? I wasn't aware of that. Cool. Okay, really awesome. So that means I'm already having a really, really big benefit here. Reap power. Oh, that's a way of moving the Reaper to the back row. Ah. So I'm really sorry for if some of these things are too obvious for your taste, but well, I haven't found too much time to prepare the content before this video, and I felt like it would be fun to discover a lot of those new things together with you during the first episode. So don't worry, growing more pro during that playthrough. So I'll bring up the Skelly and well, it's going to defend my big boy here, but that was actually a bad move. So, ooh, the shuffle. Yeah, debuff immune. Well, not damage immune, but the armor absorb really works a charm. Okay, more agony. Let's spread that a bit. There we go. Everybody on the enemy side will be happy once the Taskmaster is dead, but well, that's why I'm going to kill that guy last. Dread Roar. Really like that skill. Shuffling your enemies and dealing stress damage to them is a really, really cool synergy. Mainly because Shuffles break stances. Therefore, I'm having a really powerful stance remover on the Abomination for 2 people at once. That's the most awesome thing about this, you know. It's a stance breaker for 2 people at once. All right, there we go. Spreading those ignites a little bit over the enemy team. Perfect. Insanity spreads. Let's go for another round of Astounding Fortitude. Like that, Skelly. I really like my Skelly. And let's go for another shuffle here. So, whole enemy squad is insane at this point. Awesome. And, well, what's that? Minus accuracy. Okay. I'm okay with that. Let's go for another AoE stress damage. Ooh, double heart attacks. So there we go. Wonderful. I'd say this squad is working out pretty nicely. They didn't suffer a scratch. There goes the damage, of course, but you get my idea. Well, this automatic stack of break and swallow on the Abomination is really good. I mean, check this out. We're not taking any damage there. It's really awesome. I like that. There's only a little bit of damage on the Reaper, but well. Little do I care about that. Okay, so one more fight and then I'd say it's good for this episode. I like that setup a lot. This felt powerful. This felt very powerful. So let's go for another fight. And, well, I think it's going to be a fight. As you progress upon your journey toward your rightful dominance, you encounter an impressive mustering of resistance, a massive shuffling of feet, and your undead host comes across an even larger host of human slaves. A single dwarf taskmaster is at the head, grinning with darkened teeth as he whips his thralls against you. For the first time in a long time, you realize that you are outnumbered. So, well, let a skeleton assassinate the dwarf. I want to go for that. The situation calls for a subtle approach. Hidden behind your other minions, a skeleton pulls back in the direction you came from and lays on the ground, pretending to be dead. Then just as the slaves charge you, order a retreat, and the dwarf follows in order to lead his horde. To his surprise, the simple skeleton at his feet suddenly stirs and impales him through his chest. The other slaves panic and without their masters scatter rapidly in every direction, making them easy pickings for your minions. Aw, and there I thought we would be letting them go away. Little did I know. Okay, wonderful. Black incense. Ooh, evasion for all my minions? I want. So, oh, costs 2 talent points. Sad. I want that. It's only a passive bonus, but it's so neat to have that. Alright, let's see. If I go for that elite squad, am I getting a shortcut or any other reward? It doesn't look like that. So let's take the easier fight. I only take those elite squads if I really have to, because I don't see the bigger benefit. So, last fight for this video, let's have some more fun. I really enjoy what's happening so far. New units for this game are a lot of fun, because it's hard to say for me out loud, but I didn't enjoy the unlocked units at the end of my first playthrough too much, honestly. Mostly because, I don't know, the Unfrozen and the Black Widow are cool units. I don't want to say they're bad or anything, but after grinding through the game the first time, it just didn't feel rewarding enough to go for it another time. So I'm happy I unlocked them, but I didn't like the unlocking process too much. That's my verdict. So, yikes. My little Skelly getting roughed up. Let's do something about that. Oh, the Taskmasters whipping each other. Nutty. Okay. So let's go for more stress damage here. And here we go. Instantly destroys an enemy that has less than 20% sanity. So the insta-kill is happening after somebody's insanity is empty, and then I get this buff there. I see. Is this stackable? We're going to check that out in between. Alright, I'm going to stick with the Astounding Fortitude here. It's just one of the Skelly's biggest talents is to be resilient and stand still. Alright, the trap dealing a tad bit of damage. Alright, let's just keep blocking. Ow. That did hurt. Alright, more Dread Raw. There we go. Ooh. Okay, this guy is on a on his way to death. Alright. So when using the Reaper as a stress damage dealer, I noticed that it's almost impossible to use his feature skill, because killing people with this kind of setup is almost impossible. I think I don't know how to do this, to be quite honest. I would need to finish them off with my ultimate skill or something like that. I mean, does it count? Ah, it does count if the heart attack. If this guy is cursed. I wonder if it works with any cursed target though. It would be cool if the answer was yes. Alright. There's a lot of AoE on these guys. Okay. There's a decent chance of my Skelly just dying now, but I would be fine with that outcome. That's to me, that's what Skellies are made for, you know. But let's see. The Abomination should be able to break this guy now. So there we go. No! He goes for his inspirational one. You guy, you. Didn't expect that move. But, yeah, well, that's happening with the higher difficulty level more often, so, I should be expecting that. Okay, I'd be really happy if I was allowed to keep my Skelly, but, well... With that amount of HP left, I don't think there's a too high chance for that happening. All right, let's focus on this guy. Yay, going insane, berserk, and let's eat him up. Awesome. So yes, it does stack. That means the more often I can do this, the stronger this guy gets. That's amazing. That's really an amazing skill. So, I'm going to shield my friend here. That should be working. So, let's see. Can I do anything to avoid the death of my Reaper? That would be really awesome. Ah, wonderful. No! What are you doing? Alright. So I think I'm going for a more direct approach now. I lost already a Skelly. It would be a shame if I lose 2 units. Well, there we go. Losing 2 units. There goes the shame. Whatever. I feel very good about not having used my my unit's item on the Reaper there, because I would have felt bad about losing it like that. Okay, so turns out I should have killed that guy beforehand. Like the might buffed guy would have had to die first, but I got a brain, so I can just recraft that. Okay, friends, it's time to say goodbye for episode 1. That has been a blast. So feel free to join me again. Feel free to drop me a comment down below. And thanks so much for watching. I always love to hear from you guys. And let's have some fun here. And feel free to leave a like or a subscription to my channel if you want to support the project as a whole. I'd be delighted if you do so. And I hope we're going to meet each other again for the next episode. See you then. Bye-bye.